Can exposure therapy make your symptoms worse, whether that's OCD, anxiety, ARFID, or PTSD? If done incorrectly, it is possible that you may have really high dropout rates. You may have people who didn't anticipate the process of exposure therapy, which can lead to some adverse effects. However, if you are working with a licensed therapist who is trained in trauma, anxiety, OCD, or ARFID, and has access to research and updated protocols for those diagnoses, there's very low risk of any adverse effects. During the treatment, you probably will feel uncomfortable, you probably will feel discomfort, and that's why the relationship between the therapist, patient, and the family is really important, because that can help counterbalance that a little bit. But of course, you're going to feel uncomfortable. You are doing the things that you're scared of in a stepwise and gradual manner. Over time, your brain and body learn that the feared outcome either didn't happen, or if it did happen, that it was manageable. A few other important key components of any sort of exposure or exposure response prevention treatments is going to be informed consent, so that the person, and in my case, it's usually kids and teenagers, are aware of the treatment they're going to be undergoing, that family is aware, that we discuss is going to be tough, but we will provide them the support that they need to keep making progress. We also adapt the approach to every child and adolescent. So we're not going to start with their 10 out of 10 fear. That would be not a really helpful exposure hierarchy in that case. Ongoing collaboration, ongoing safety assessments, all of that is part of strong evidence-based treatment for disorders rooted in anxiety or in trauma. While I'm kind of putting them all under the same umbrella, of course, OCD, anxiety, trauma, like PTSD symptoms, and ARFID are treated differently. But there is an underlying component of exposure throughout the treatments for all of those. Let me know what other questions or concerns you have about exposure-based therapies.